Hello, guys. Welcome back to another episode of Pana Gringo. That's right, the podcast for living in Panama. My name is Austin Hess, COO and lead relocation specialist with Do Panama Real Estate and Relocation. And I have two amazing guests with me here today. First, I have one of my favorite people in the real estate industry that just does so much, beyond, working with clients and helping people discover their dream life here in Panama, but he does it with so much excitement. Pietro, how you doing, my friend?
Hey, Austin. Thank you for having me. You're wonderful as well.
Oh, I appreciate it. Now, let's talk a little bit, obviously, I want to talk about this element of moving to Panama and what you do to help people, especially in your specific field, which is Margaritaville, Caracol. Playa Caracol is a new and up-and-coming area of Panama, which we're going to get into in a little bit. But first, I want to start with you. I want to know a little bit about Pietro and why you love Panama so much. I know you went to school in Boston. A big difference. We have a lot of our viewers that watch this show that are from the United States. So you have a perspective. Obviously, you're from Venezuela, but you have a perspective of living in the United States, I guess surviving, it's so cold up in Boston, and now living in Panama. And I would love to know kind of your comparisons and contrast.
Yes, of course. So as you just said, and you can imagine, living in Boston and living in Panama is a little bit different. However, they are both wonderful. For example, for me, living in Boston, I went to Bentley University, go Falcons. So it was very formative. It was a world-class education. It fueled my ambition, structure, discipline, and it was wonderful. And being there for 4 winters was amazing, but it wasn't a place for me to live my whole life. I prefer the warmer weather, and I like to be in a happy place. It's just wonderful. So when I moved to Panama, I was testing out Panama, and I realized that Panama is like entering a house where the doors are open, you have great music, and it's warm. So I'm like, I like it here. And even though for me, I wasn't sure from the day one I moved, like probably nobody is, Panama is very, very, very opening, very warm. And honestly, what got me is that Panama is super exciting. If you live in Panama City, every 6 months there's something new. There's excitement. You see new buildings, you see new developments, more infrastructure. For me, it's just wonderful to be here. And even though Boston was education formative, I met an international crew from all around the world here in Panama as well. I have clients from literally all around the world as well. And it's exciting to be in a new chapter of my life here in Panama. And I've been here for over a decade.
That's amazing. Well, and again, we've been friends for a long time. You've always had really good vibes. I know that, right now you're really focused on, and you're the senior property advisor for Margaritaville, Playa Caracol. Like, this is a special area. This is an up and coming area. And I know that, earlier this week you said we have some special deals, 3 special deals for 3 Do Panama clients. So anyone out there that's been considering this, that maybe you've seen Pietro in one of our vlog episodes that we did on Margaritaville, which was an awesome episode. Yep. And if you did, and you've been thinking about it, we got 3 special all-inclusive offers. So make sure to reach out to my team, obviously info@dopanama.com if you're interested in that. But Pietro, I want to really get into why you think this area is so special, and why do you think this area as a whole is going to be the real focus point in the beach towns area.
Well, Austin, the reality is all of Panama is special.
Of course.
Like, they're different areas, but everything is vibrant. Panama City is a metropolis. If you're looking for a little bit of an escape, Playa Caracol is the perfect area. It's around an hour and 15 minutes away from Panama City. You get a beautiful beach. You have, it's a beginners and intermediate surfers beach, plus you get mountains in the back. It's really a lifestyle.
Well, the mountains are beautiful too.
The mountains are outstanding. They're peaceful.
And they're so close. It's almost like they're in a picture frame.
Exactly. And you know what the real beauty is? You can be in Panama City and you can go visit Playa Caracol in the same day. You can actually go back if you want. You can stay there over the weekend. You can go there and live there for a month, 6 months. Whatever you wish, you can do. Yes, Margaritaville, Playa Caracol is a game changer for Panama. We're bringing the Margaritaville vibes to Playa Caracol. It's not a lifestyle, it's an attitude.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, and again, the whole area is booming over there. How many projects have already been completed in that area?
Oof. In Playa Caracal right now, there are over a dozen projects. It's what I saw when I moved to Panama over 12 years ago. Now I'm seeing in the inner part of the country. That's what excites me. And it's wonderful to have a master planned beach area in Playa Caracal that is not too far away from Panama City.
Of course, no. And you mentioned the surfing, but there's also a lot of people that like to go out there for hiking. And a big one that's really taken Panama by storm is the windsurfing or the kite surfing.
It's
I mean,
absolutely amazing.
I hear this is like one of the top places in the world for it.
Well, it is, and people go there just for that. So this area is like a hidden gem that is now being discovered. It has an allure to make it great. You can do whatever you want pretty much there. And hey, you can also enjoy a margarita by the beach.
I like it. I like it. So, guys, remember, if you want more information, we're going to have the episode that Pietro and I filmed out at Playa Caracal about Margaritaville Caracal, and that's going to be in the text of this video post and also in the comments. So if you want to watch that vlog episode, go check that out. And remember, we got 3 exclusive deals for 3 of you. So reach out, info@dopanama.com for that. Now, Pietro, I want to talk to you a little bit about your passion, because you're so passionate, you have so much love, and obviously you take your job very seriously, you're very ethical. Talk to me where this passion comes from.
I mean, this passion fuels my veins literally since I moved here and I've seen the excitement of the Panamanian real estate, how the country is evolving, how the country is growing. I emerged into it. Of course, we have a great relationship with you, with the clients of Do Panama. They're absolutely fantastic. We appreciate their enthusiasm for Margaritaville. It just brings a smile to my face, and the biggest smile that it's gonna bring is that when the product is actually delivered and they're there enjoying themselves, happy with their family, that's gonna make me the happiest person.
That's the best part,
That's
right?
the best part, man. That's the best part.
I love seeing clients like 9 months, a year, even 2 years. Maybe you catch them in a restaurant and they're just vibing, and you see such a difference in their energies. And it's a blessing to help people discover this.
It's absolutely amazing. And you know what the most beautiful part is? Many of our clients become our friends. So that is fantastic. And just because of that and the relationship that we build, we're offering the Do Panama clientele, because of our fantastic relationship, 3 very special deals that your customers will be extremely happy, exclusive just for you. And at the end of the day, it'll be first come, first serve.
Awesome. I love it. Well, again, thank you so much for coming on today. I appreciate you. And I love that you're talking about the influential part of things, because our next guest today is from Belgium, but he is pushing Panama to the extremes with his content creation. This guy is making awesome content. So many friends of mine have been sharing his content with me and saying, hey, you got to get this guy on the vlog because he's doing awesome things. He's discovering so much about Panama. He probably knows more about Panama than most Panamanians. And I'd like to welcome Arnel to the show. And please, say your last name, because I'm so
Austin.
good at hurting names.
Let's do some damage control there. Arnaud is my name. It's a very common name in French. Unfortunately, not so much in Spanish.
Not so much
English,
here or in the US.
I have to deal with that every day here, but it's fine. And yeah, thank you so much for having me. I'm a proud advocate of Panama as well, so I'm loving hearing you guys talk about Panama. I actually have a funny story of how I arrived in Panama. Is that I was traveling through South America, and I had a 4-day stopover. And during those 4 days, I was considering, should Panama be the next country I live in? And I remember I dedicated each day to a different aspect of my life as a test. I stayed in Casco Viejo. So that was the first day. It was like, okay, it's a beautiful city to live in. I went out. I remember I went out. It was, at the time, important for me to see how social life was in Panama. I traveled inside the country. I only had 1 day, so I went close enough. I went to Playa Caracol, which you mentioned, and I kite surfed because I'm a big kite surf fan.
Oh, cool. That's awesome.
And then the last day, I remember I spoke to some, to the Belgian embassy and to the Chamber of Commerce and people who do business here. And so I had like entrepreneurship, I had travel outside the city, I had the beauty of where I could live there and a social life. And I'm like, I'm sold. I'm gonna move here, and that's how I decided to come to live in Panama. And I definitely agree with you guys that it's a perfect destination for kite surfing, and it's so practical that it's just an hour and a half away from the city.
Well, and you brought up entrepreneurship, and I think that's one of the things that I love. You know, I love everything about this country. The safety. A lot of people speak English. Obviously, I'm learning Spanish. I'm doing my best. Actually, I had class this morning. But entrepreneurship. You know, most of the people that I see coming here are like yourself, are like Pietro, are like myself. You know, entrepreneur, outside the box thinkers, and it's so nice to be in an area where it's just like an overload of creativity, you know, like where you go, you know, you meet someone at a restaurant. So you bring up entrepreneurship and wanting to help entrepreneurs discover themselves in Panama. Talk to us a little bit about that.
So I arrived here and I opened a small podcast studio, something similar to this, because I had a background in video making, but I had no clients yet. So I had a lot of time on my hands. I was able to make videos for myself and grow my Instagram account. And as I meet people and as I discover all these expats and Panamanian stories, I realize so many people came here with the desire to build or to invest or just to take a risk and you know, try a shot at their passion project. And Panama has a lot of opportunities, such a fertile land for planting seeds and pursuing your idea. There's a lot to be built here. It's still quite a young economy, a young market, so there's so much you can build. Every great idea is welcomed, and there's a market here, people who can afford your services. There's so much to build, and that's what thrills me the most today about living in Panama is like this feeling of infinite opportunity. And I definitely recommend people who are looking into moving here that they come here, but also that they come here with maybe a project in mind, something to build, something they want to pursue. Because it's a blank canvas. You were saying it earlier.
Yeah, it's a blank canvas. Like I say, I tell my clients, bring your paints and paintbrushes because this place, I mean, anything you've dreamed of, anything that you see back home that you think that other people would enjoy. I mean, there's all kinds of people coming to me with ideas. Hey, do you think this would work? And I'm like, absolutely. Definitely. Why wouldn't it? You know, like this country is growing so fast. You know, obviously we have a lot of clients from the U.S. and Canada. That's where we target a lot of our viewers. And it's incredible to see now we're getting a lot of clients from Trinidad and Tobago, France, the UK, Germany. I mean, all over the world. Australia, even Dubai. We had a client like 2 weeks ago call us from Dubai.
And it's really in Panama's DNA, I think, to be a crossroad. There's so much diversity goes through here. This is the link between two continents, but it's also been, you know, the Panama Canal. This is a kind of like an epicenter of all these culture and nations that just meet here. It's exciting. You feel that diversity in everyday life here, and everybody gets along, which is also great.
It's very great, especially, you know, as we see all this chaos in the world. You know, one of the things that I hear a lot is people coming down and they say, wow, I just feel so relaxed.
Yes, you're not looking over your shoulder.
Not everyone's talking about politics and what side, and it's like, look at the birds. Let's go and play in the ocean. Like, come on. Like, we get one life on Earth. We get to be here one time. And we're worried about all this drama and like the wrong things. It's like, you know, I'm flying to Bocas on Saturday with my mother and her husband and her friends, and they want to look at property. So we got things set up with our real estate affiliates over there. And it's like, okay, we work a little bit. We go play in the sand a little bit. We have some virgin margaritas and have a good time. You know, like that's what's so great about Panama. And actually taking me on to my next question is that, you know, there's a flavor of ice cream for everyone in this country. Yeah. And again, as I mentioned when we started the show or started the conversation with you, is Panama has something for everyone. And you've been going around the country. You've experienced so much of Panama. I'd like to know your perspective on what are your favorite places or experiences that you think everyone needs to try.
So there are definitely different types of travelers and people who experience traveling differently. I would consider myself more into the adventure. I like to water sports. I like to explore. I'm more of an active traveler. I think the experience in Panama that blew my mind, where I really realized the magic of this country and the richness of its nature, is when I went to Coiba. Coiba is a bit further. You have to drive about 6 hours to a place called Santa Catalina, and then you have to take a little boat. Coiba is a natural reserve. It's a park. It's a few islands in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, but it has an unbelievable diversity.
Well, it's a World Heritage Site, I believe.
It is. It's some people say it's an extension. Like with the tectonic plates, it moved away from Galapagos and it brought some of the Galapagos. I'm not sure about that, but you definitely feel like that because you go underwater. I definitely recommend to do the initiation of a diving class, but you go underwater and it's Jumanji. You will see so many species and so many crazy fish in sizes. We saw this huge manta ray that was the size of an airplane under the water. We saw all these turtles. These turtles were swimming with us, and that's when it really clicked with me that this country has an amazing fauna, flora, and it's all going on around us. You know, the nature in Panama is super beautiful.
You know,
And so,
I haven't gotten out there to do that yet. And thank you. You just inspired me because I've been considering it a lot. You know, I wanted to wait. I'm really big on traveling and showing experiences to my child, my son. So obviously, I love that we live in this beautiful country where you can take a staycation to Bocas del Toro, to Santa Catalina, to all these places. He's never been old enough at the time, but I got to look into that. I don't remember if it's 10 or 12 where you can start scuba diving.
Coiba, scuba diving.
It's
Definitely
top.
recommend.
Yeah, I hear that's, again, like the kite surfing, it's one of the top places in the world is Coiba for scuba diving.
A word I use at least once a day is underrated. Panama is underrated. People don't realize how lucky we are here to have these great kite surfing conditions, these great nature.
The gastronomics, the food, I mean, the amazing restaurants in the city. Also in all of these little towns, you know, there's a lot of little towns. Vanao has really amazing flavors. And, you know, Bocas del Toro, Boquete, all of these places really have a lot of great flavors. Now, I was watching some of your content last night, which, by the way, it's awesome, guys. So you guys need to get out. You know, I love connecting with fellow content creators, especially passionate people like yourself that really love what you do. And I saw that you just recently went to Nayara, which is in Bocas del Toro. And this is something interesting because Nayara, there's another hotel out in Bocas, and then there's 2 hotels in the city in Casco Viejo that you brought up earlier that are like top high shelf products. And it's really changed the spectrum of what you can do as a traveler here. Because usually it's a backpacker's haven. You know, go to Bocas del Toro, party, enjoy life as a youngster. But now you have these top shelf products, and I wanted to get a little bit of your perspective of what you thought about Nayara and Bocas del Toro.
Yeah, we're definitely entering into a bit of a luxury travel here. I've been fortunate enough to get to experience these places, and I think they're amazing. It is more expensive, but it's still cheap for me for what you get to experience. I'm thinking of El Hotel La Compañía in La Valle, which is amazing. It has a world-class spa that just opened. And Nayara Bocas, it's kind of somewhere where politicians, big fortunes from the United States come and hang out. I heard some rumors, like Mark Zuckerberg came to spend a few nights there. I mean,
well, on his yacht. He came to dinner, I think. True. But yeah, he brought the new big boy down, and he at least experienced our beautiful waters. And
he got to see. But it wouldn't surprise me that those that type of clientele goes to these places because it's really amazing. It comes down to what you can see and the nature and all the activities you can do around there. It's just so beautiful, and it's a very luxurious way to enjoy the magic of Bocas.
Absolutely, yeah. I agree. So I definitely want my viewers to check you out and to get to experience your content because, again, I feel like you tell a story, but you also really showcase that story so well and the way you tell that story. So where's the best place for people to watch your content?
So my account, maybe we can put in the show notes because my name's a bit hard to write, but it's my name. It's Arnaud Duquesne. And I try to synthesize experiences in Panama into maybe 2-minute formats where I try to get the best images possible and showcase what you can expect of destinations like Bocas and Playa Caracol and stuff like that. And yeah, please follow along. And if you're planning a trip to Panama, it'll help you maybe decide on your itinerary. So see you on Instagram.
See you on Instagram. Awesome. Well, guys, again, always thank you for tuning in. I hope you learned a lot from this episode of Pana Gringo. Again, it's the podcast for living in Panama. If you're considering relocating, investing, or retiring in this beautiful country and you have no idea where to start, go to our website, dopanama.com. We have our free 23-question survey where should I live? And this survey will allow you not only to answer those questions, but to think outside the box of what do you really want as a lifestyle. Plus, once you submit that survey, my team will get in touch with you with some general information and set up a 30-minute complimentary Zoom call with yours truly. So I look forward to talking to you. I look forward to seeing your survey. I love helping people move to this beautiful country. It is an addiction for me. You know, I love what this country has given me. You know, there's so much love. There's so much enjoyment from being able to live amongst such a great community of Panamanians and expats, and then having just a world of adventures out there, whether you're looking to go play on the beaches, go into the mountains, go hiking, go chasing waterfalls, whitewater rafting. I mean, there's so much to do here, four-wheeling, everything that you can think of, outdoor adventures. It's here in Panama, and this lifestyle is waiting for you. So again, a huge, huge thank you to our viewers for checking us out today. A huge thank you to our wonderful guests. I appreciate you both, and I appreciate your experiences and sharing those with us.
Thank you so much, Austin, and thank you for the generous work you're doing of helping sell Panama.
I love it, guys.
Thank you for the invitation. It was a pleasure to be here. And if we have to conclude with something, Panama's amazing, man.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
It is, it is. And remember, guys, if you want to get in on that Margaritaville Playa Kill deal, email my team, info@dopanama.com. However, that's it for this episode. So until next time, ciao.